Rabbi Faisher. I've been studying at the yeshiva for many years, almost 40 years already. And years ago, I had a Havrusa who was in the top share of the yeshiva, and afterwards he left. He went to America, and I was in contact with him, and I found out. I talked to him on the phone, and he told me that he had this problem in his body, and he expressed to me from his heart on the phone that he was afraid he wasn't going to live. He said he's going to do this operation. He said the heart doctor told him not to do it, and his regular doctor told him yes to do it, and he decided he was going to do it, but he was afraid that he wouldn't survive and he wouldn't live, but he was doing it anyway. So when I heard that, I said, he's my Havrusa, and I care about him, love him. I'm going to try to help him, even though he'd made this decision. Any way I could do a chesed to help him in his situation like this, I should do it. So it went to my mind years ago that I knew about Pidyon Nefesh because the Rosh Yeshiva Kodesh Levracha, he's when one of my daughters gave first birth to their first child. So the doctors told us that there was some kind of problem, which turned out to be true. And the Rosh Yeshiva said, so go to this particular person who lives in Yerushalayim, and he's from Europe, and he does Pidyon Nefesh, and he's a great Talmud Chacham. He's very poor, and he knows Kabbalah, and he does Pidyon Nefesh, and you can rely on him. So I went to him, and I did it, and then because of that, and it came out the child was relatively healthy. So I went my mind to decide to do Pidyon Nefesh again. So then I said, well, how am I going to do it? I don't remember his phone number. So then all of a sudden came to my mind. I asked Rav Shepherd. I said, oh, maybe because he's involved in teaching Kabbalah, maybe he knows about Pidyon Nefesh. So I asked him. He said, yes, he knows about Pidyon Nefesh. So I described the situation, what I understood from my friend who was concerned about his life, and I said, I'm going to go to Rav Shepherd and say, let's do this Pidyon Nefesh for him, and maybe it'll help him that because he's going to have a big operation, and we know that when someone has an operation, so their state of mind and their ruchnius when they go through it affects the success of the operation. So I said, because he's so concerned about his life, I'm going to do all I could. So I went to Rav Shepherd. He said, okay. He said, it's a good idea. We're going to do the Pidyon Nefesh, and we did the Pidyon Nefesh, and I called up a friend, and I found out he did the operation and he lived. And he was happy. I told him we did a Pidyon Nefesh, and he was happy, and he said he thanked me very much to Pidyon Nefesh, and he was in bed, and he was recuperating, and he said the doctors told him it's going to take him quite a while to recuperate, but anyway, he survived the operation. I feel like part of it was because Rav Shepherd, the Segulah, that he did this Pa'ula, my friend, so he's the people who should know. And then I asked later, because the Rosh Yeshiva told me to do Pidyon Nefesh by my grandson, I understood it wasn't something that was out of this world and was not appropriate to the Haredi world. So then I understood from my Rosh Yeshiva, I should do it, and I did it, and it came out very good. So I would recommend to people to know that this is a good thing to do. And Rav Shepherd, because the Rosh Yeshiva gave him to be a Rosh Yeshiva, his yeshiva, that gives him a special koach, and because of the Rabbi of teaching Torah gives him special help when he does the Pidyon Nefesh. So I recommend to people, if they have serious problem, they talk to Rav Shepherd and see if he feels it's appropriate. They could rely on his das to do it, and it'll help them. Hashem has helped them in difficulties around Israel.